Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. I am a self-proclaimed Seiko fanboy. You guys probably know that by now. Not only because they sell so well in the store and so many of you buy them, they're the #2 selling brand in the store, actually just behind Islander, or behind Islander, not just. But I have half a drawer at home dedicated to them. I love the styling and stuff. A bunch of years back, Seiko really hit the gas pedal and went heavy into the automatics, into the divers, and I think they really got a good foothold into the market. Citizen focused mostly on their eco drives, their solar stuff. Today, though, I think Citizen's doing something that Seiko kind of is missing the boat on. They're going bigger into titanium, their super titanium, which is their scratch-resistant, harder titanium watches. And if you want to get something like that in Seiko, you really got to go into the higher price brackets. I'm going to show you some great titanium options today from Citizen, including some 35th anniversary crazy stuff. For my own wrist check today, on one wrist I'm sporting a Phoebus collaboration piece that I did with them. There's another collab that's coming out with them based on the Leviathan 40mm version. Keep an eye out for that one. And on my other wrist is, oh, it's an Islander. What a surprise. An Islander Northport, the ISL 195 on the sky blue strap. Let's see these Citizens. So we will start with arguably a not very inexpensive watch, but it is the 35th anniversary of Promaster, and they released a watch earlier, the NB 6020 Super Titanium Divers. What was that, about a year or two ago, that we sell on the website? And they are modeled after a watch that washed up. Well, let me just flip this over first. There you go. In Australia, it's modeled after a watch that washed up on an Australian beach back in 1983. It was a 1977 Citizen Challenge diver, and it was covered in barnacles. And that watch inspired a new lineup of titanium divers that Citizen embraced. And this is the limited edition 35th anniversary watch, celebrating that. Let's give it a little bit of a wind. And it is called the, I want to get this right, I gotta look at my notes, Fujitsubo, which is Japanese for barnacle, because the watch that was found was encrusted in barnacles like crazy, and it was still working after being in the ocean for several months. So as I said, this is not an inexpensive watch. It is $1,195, and being a limited edition run, that is probably going to be the price you will find it at online. But it is a full titanium watch. And as I mentioned, titanium is really going to be the order of the day here in this video. What are the advantages of titanium? I'll run through them really quick. You probably know them. Well, number one, weight. Titanium weighs half as much as stainless steel. You know what's lighter than titanium? Aluminum. But aluminum does not wear very well. I've sold a couple of aluminum watches in the past, but aluminum pits, corrodes. Not a good wear material. Titanium, half the weight of steel. Hypoallergenic, extremely strong. Speaking of extremely strong, Citizen goes and gives this the super titanium treatment, which means it also has scratch resistance, something Seiko does not do with their lower end titanium essentials, the SUR models that are titanium and quartz, not solar, just titanium and quartz. They're just straight titanium, no scratch resistance to them. So titanium, lightweight, hypoallergenic, and usually just looks pretty darn cool. So let's get into this watch. It is powered by a Miyota 9051, which is quite similar to your 9015. So it's beating at 28,800 beats per hour. And that means the seconds hand is ticking along at a stately 8 ticks per second. It is 41 millimeters in diameter. It is 12 thick to it looks like there's a slight dome to the sapphire crystal. And we are 48.7 on the lug tip to lug tip. It is, I apologize, it is fully plastic. It is a sale model, so I really don't want to rip it apart. It is a 20 millimeter lug. It comes on a very similar bracelet to the one that was found on the beach, just 3-link brushed bracelet. A lot of people ask about the clasp. It is a really nice clasp. I'm not even going to undo it, but you can see right there. It is a it is a ratcheting clasp with the pullback right here for you to adjust the size on the fly, and the push buttons to deploy the clasp are right here. I like that the bezel is done in blue. Really cool. Gives it a nice accent, right? Really nice. Titanium bezel. No doubt. Water resistance 200 meters, and the weight is 111 grams. If this watch was in full steel, I would put it at roughly probably 175 grams. You say, well, Mark, that's not half, is it? No, it's not. You got to remember, the movement inside is still the same, whether it's a titanium watch or a steel watch, and it's mostly brass. So the movement weighs the same, so you have to kind of take that into account. But here is the sticker. If you're interested, with the price, $1,195. Limited, right? Limited to 4,500 pieces around the world. It is coated in super titanium, which is Citizen's like proprietary coating to help the scratch resistance and keep it super scratch resistant. Screw down crown, unscrew it. You can spin it to wind it, pull it out, 2 clicks change the time, and 1 click will do the date. Let's get up. Got up on it there so you can really see it well. Nice watch. Beautiful, deep blue, reflective dial. Kind of hard to get. I keep getting the lens in the way. But nice watch. Really cool packaging. Great history. I almost hesitate to even bring this one up on camera, but I want to just for the sake, just for completeness' sake. This is the 35th anniversary, again, anniversary of Promaster, but this one here is the Skyhawk that they're doing, and it is done, I'll show it really quick. It is done in a dark DLC coating, $995. It's like your Blue Angels watch, right? You know, it's Eco Drive, and it's got 4 billion functions. If you want to fly a plane, it won't fly the plane for you, but it will give you a lot of information. It's got atomic time, all that other stuff. I guess the rose gold box is to match like the rose goldish crown and pushers on the chrono and on the bezel insert, but otherwise, probably not a watch. I don't know, not a watch that's going to be big for my store. But what is going to be big, I feel, are these Bryson watches, and these are super duper cool. I'm going to show you 3 of them. They are all titanium. Really nice. Again, super titanium. Isn't that cool? Nice looking. I love the hue titanium takes on. So these are part of the Eco Drive, powered by Eco Drive, which means they're solar. Now, traditionally, you may know that for a solar watch to operate, it needs to have a window in the dial. Either it's translucent, it's transparent, whatever, because there's going to be a solar collector underneath. In our case here, not necessary. This is using Citizen's J810 Eco Drive ring movement. And if you can see on the inside of the watch, where you would call, what we call the rehaut, but you might call it the chapter ring. You see that black line that's going across it? That is the solar collector for the movement. So Citizen has figured out how to get the solar collector out from under the dial and goes around the dial. There is not a lot of area there for you to collect solar energy, but they figured it out and it works. Again, the J810 Eco Drive ring movement. 41 millimeters in diameter is the Bryson. There's 3 Brysons I'm going to show you. It's 41 in diameter. It's 11.5 thick. Ready for this one? To a flat sapphire crystal. I love how all these companies are going to sapphire, and I'm sure you appreciate it as well. 47.8 on that lug tip to lug tip. It is a solid screw down case back. Again, we are all titanium. Triple link bracelet right there. We've got 100 meters of water resistance and a double push button clasp, a deploying clasp at that with 2 positions, with 2 positions of micro. We're looking at regular, it looks like pins. I think it's pins for the bracelet. Titanium sometimes is pins and collars. I really don't want to take it apart. It's probably pins and collars of some sort. Let's see, and it weighs 100 grams on the bracelet. There's 3 Brysons to pick from, but let's go through it. It's a push-pull crown, 100, like I said, 100 meters of water resistance. 1 pull-out will change the date. The date on this orange dial here is done in negative. It is a black window with white writing. The bezel is it's not a ratcheting, you're on the plastic. It's a bi-directional rotating 60-minute bezel. I'll come up on the dial real quick so you can see that there is indeed absolutely zero transparency to the dial. It is solid. It is a solid dial. Let's see, as I said, I have 3 to show you. So that's the black dial, orange dial. This is like a charcoal-y black dial. I hesitate to call it black. It's got a little bit of a sun ray to it. Gives it a little more of a charcoal appearance. Oh, street price on, MSRP on these guys is all going to be, these two are $550. Street prices vary, as I always like to say, so you should go and visit the website and see what they're going for currently. But there is the sticker in case you need to look at it. I do want to say, I probably neglected to mention it before, is that these do have quick release pins in the bracelet. Another thing that Citizen is, well, I think they're outdoing Seiko on, right? Quick release pins here. And Seiko has started putting sapphire in their watches, and they did up the price level. And at $550, perhaps this is a little pricey, but quick release bars and sapphire crystal, we're getting there, One day they'll do everything. They'll do quick release, they'll do sapphire, they'll do ratcheting clasp, they'll do ceramic bezels. But until then, that's what you have Islander for. Haha. And the last one, it's at about $50 cheaper. It's probably my favorite of the bunch. The blue dial with a accenting yellow hand. Again, these are all the Brycen. It comes on a nice brown leather strap with a standard prong buckle, and yes, you have quick release pins on the strap right there. Really, really nice looking one. Let's open it up for you and we'll put it down on the mat so you can see it a little bit better. Beautiful, right? Nothing wrong here. I will try on the Brycen. I guess I'll get the diver back out here and I'll try that one on for you too. You know, I forgot this one on the leather strap obviously is a lot less than 100 grams. I didn't write the number down, but it's somewhere in like the 50s, I believe, 50s or 60s. So super lightweight on the leather strap. Really looks nice. Great sizing, whether you're below the bone or above the bone. Nice. 41 millimeters with under a 49 millimeter lug tip to lug tip. The Fujitsubo, probably I'm pronouncing it wrong already. Fujitsubo. 35th anniversary Promaster, looks and fits great. Let's see what the lume is going to be. So there you go, your diver is in the middle, definitely glowing a green color, what we would call like a C3-ish, I guess, and then hopefully it doesn't go out of focus. Here is the Brycen with more of a blue like a BGW9, but obviously it's not. I'm actually unsure of the compound that Citizen uses. I probably could have looked it up and found out, but glows great, looks wonderful. It does have a 12 o'clock double marker, a Kit Kat at 12, so we know where 12 o'clock is. And I think that's going to wrap it up for us today. As I said, you know, Citizen is really upping their game here with the titanium models in super titanium, so scratch resistance. Coming more into some of the automatics, though, I will admit a bit pricey. There are lower cost options in the same watch configuration that are not limited edition, so maybe you want to check those out. But I guess, you know, one does something good, then the other one tries to catch up, and one catches up, the other one. This is evolution. This is progress. This is awesome. It's only good news for all of us here in the Watch Kingdom. This has been Mark from LongOnWatch.com showing you a couple new Citizen entries into the titanium world. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Questions, comments, anything else you want to say, put it down below. I'll be sure to address it as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.